Hello everybody, welcome to Angelo Crypto. In today's session we are going to cover Moderna. There's been a lot of developments recently with this company. Moderna, we need to remember that was one of the biggest players of the COVID pandemic, and pretty much any developments regarding any possible variants of the disease will affect this stock. We're going to start off with the most important detail that there is a new COVID variant around, the Omicron virus, that's been found in South Africa, and that has caused the investors to worry because they do not know how is the market react. They do not know how lethal is this virus, but what we have recently seen is a decline on the price of Moderna, and there's two reasons for that. First off, we're going to start off with the fact that Anthony Fauci told from the data that they found from South Africa that the Omicron virus is not as lethal as the previous variants of COVID. That basically has caused the investors to get that as a sell signal for the Moderna because they assume that they will not be as high as demand for Moderna's vaccines. So they've kind of understood that as a fact that hey, there's not going to be much demand for the vaccines of Moderna, and there's also another factor that has contributed to this massive decline in price. Moderna basically posted doses of its flu shots tests across younger and older adults, and what they found was that they saw similar results with the vaccines of another competitor, Sanofi, S-A-N-O-F-I, if I said that right. And basically this has caused the investors to believe that there's not going to be much demand or much room for Moderna's vaccines on the market. Still, Moderna's vaccines do work, they have done the job. There were some side effects. Basically, they saw 78 to 91% of adults did have at least one side effect, but nothing to basically cause the stock to tank. So this is more a emotional response or a pretty much rushed reaction to the news. Now, looking at the short term and at the long term, what's going to happen with Moderna? Well, looking at the short term from the technical side of things, we are seeing a double bottom forming over here at the level of $235 per share. We are seeing the stock hitting this area again as it did hit on the past on November 5, November 11, 15. So this is forming a strong support for now, and on the upside of things we are seeing a declining trend. So this is forming a triangle to some degree, and a triangle eventually breaks out. So ideally we expect the price to break and follow a up move. So this might represent a good short-term buying opportunity. Now that also depends from the fact of how strong is this decline trend that we have started to see from November 29. This market has been followed with a lot of reactions, with a lot of emotions into it and fears, and that is kind of shown at the volume. We are seeing that starting from November 26 to December 10, we are seeing a strong decline trend, but we see the volume that is constantly declining, and it's actually trading below average values. So this short-term correction is proceeding on lower and lower volume. That is not good because that just shows that this trend is weak, because a trend cannot keep going with weak volume, basically weaker and weaker volume. So yes, this short-term correction might be more emotional response. We are also seeing like high like dojis, and basically these are to some degree exhaustion moves and a lot of emotional reactions in the market. Regarding the momentum of the stock, the stochastic MACD is at average values, basically close to the area of zero. So yeah, the stock has reached a price level where we basically expect it to go up because the formation of the triangle is here. We have hitting the same price level on support, and we are basically having weaker and weaker volumes. So on the short term of things, Moderna might be a buy. Regardless, the price it is on discount as of right now. If you want to play this out, a tight stop loss at the area of 225 to 35 can be a way to go. Maybe buying some options and playing on 2 months range can be also a way to go about this. December, January, February, it's winter, so there's going to be like a lot of demand for its vaccines. So we expect to be some more sales of its vaccines and also its COVID vaccines because yes, people stay indoors, so disease spread more on indoors environments. Now, looking at the other aspect of things, at the long-term trend, well, first thing first, we are seeing a growing trend on the EPS. So financially wise, Moderna is doing the right things. They are increasing their EPS. Yes, they did miss their Q3 EPS, but we still do not need to forget the fact that this is a positive trend on the EPS. Regarding their revenue, we are also seeing a positive trend on that. So Moderna is making more and more profits. That means they are doing the right things. Looking at their financial sides, looking at their earning reports, we are seeing a positive trend on their gross profit. We are seeing a positive trend on their operating income. We are seeing a positive trend on their earnings from continuing operations, and most importantly, net income. That too, it is growing and actually has been growing strong. So all things being told from the financial side, Moderna is making more profits and more profits. And the last factor to analyze is institutional holdings. What's been happening recently? They say follow the money, so let's see what institutions have been doing. On the past 12 months, we have had an inflow of 17.78 billions and an outflow of 16.83 billion. So we're doing averagely plus a billion. The most important thing is there is a 55% institutional ownership. So the big money believes on this company. They have high expectations, and a lot of the hedge funds and institutions are holding the stock. So this definitely shows proof that this is a strong stock. And as we explained from the financial side of things, this can be a really good buying opportunity as of right now. We do need to remember that the stock had a high of 497, and as of right now we are at 230, so that is a bargain price. So into the long range of things, yes, this is a very good buying opportunity. Setting here a say tight stop loss can be a way to go because we do not expect the stock to further proceed on the way down. The previous levels have been do not hold, so the support level of 235 is strong, and we expect that to hold. So yes, that's what's about it about Moderna. Thank you for following today's session, and please do not forget to subscribe. See you on the next video.